Though free agency has been the center of attention for those who follow, report, and analyze the NFL, the trade market has been very active over the last week as well. From Antonio Brown to Olivier Vernon to Odell Beckham Jr., player movement has been at a frenzied pace. With the Cleveland Browns' acquisition of the aforementioned Vernon from the New York Giants, they've made former second-round pick Emmanuel Ogbah available on the trade market. Per a report from Mike Fisher of 105.3 The Fan, the Dallas Cowboys are looking into adding Ogbah to their defensive line. Cowboys interest in trading for? Stay tuned. According to John Machota of the Dallas Morning News, the Cowboys had Ogbah in their sights in 2016, but Cleveland took him just a few picks before the Cowboys selected Jalen Smith with their second-round pick that year. The Cowboys really liked Emmanuel Ogbah when he was coming out of Oklahoma State in 2016. Dallas wanted to draft him at the top of the second round. The Browns drafted him with the first pick in round 2. https://t.co/hnrfjdptx2 Ogbah hasn't really been as productive as hoped for the Browns. His career high in sacks, which he said his rookie season was 5.5. In 2017, he only had 4 sacks and then bottomed out last season with 3 sacks. The Dallas Cowboys certainly could use another defensive end with Randy Gregory's future up in the air. His indefinite suspension could be lifted prior to the season, or it could impact his availability for the 2019 season. Nobody knows how this is going to play out. With Taco Charlton failing to take the next step to turn into a reliable defensive end option, Durance Armstrong not really flashing much during the regular season, the only players that can be counted on at defensive end are DeMarcus Lawrence and Tyron Crawford. Emmanuel Ogbah might not have lived up to his top 33 selection from the 2016 draft class, but he has some tools that the Dallas Cowboys could use at defensive end. He certainly fits Rod Marinelli's profile. At 6'4", 275, he has size, length, and athleticism to be a disruptive player for the Dallas Cowboys. Coming out of Oklahoma State, his measurables compared favorably to Jadeveon Clowney, Bradley Chubb, Robert Quinn, and Chandler Jones. Emmanuel Ogbah may never be any of those players, but if you get him with Rod Marinelli, DeMarcus Lawrence, and Tyrone Crawford, he could become a very usable piece along the defensive line for the Dallas Cowboys. You never have too many edge rushers, and if the Cleveland Browns are making him available, the Dallas Cowboys need to make a call. The Pod Boys could use an infusion of new blood within their ranks, and Ogbah fits the bill perfectly. Send Cleveland a 4th or 5th round pick and let's put him to work on the right side of the defensive line. As the Dallas Cowboys still have a glaring need at the safety position, a new name has appeared on the available free agents list, and it's a well-known name. The Kansas City Chiefs just released one of the best at the position, Eric Berry. The move by Kansas City is likely salary cap related. The Chiefs had just signed Tyrann Mathieu for a 3-year $42 million deal. The 5-time Pro Bowler will have to find a new home in the NFL. Chiefs released 5-time Pro Bowl safety Eric Berry. Had Berry been on KC's roster Friday, $7.25 million of his salary would have become fully guaranteed. The question in many Dallas Cowboys fans' minds right now is pretty obvious: will the Cowboys be interested? Eric Berry is one hell of a football player, but injuries have plagued his career lately. Since he suffered a torn Achilles in 2017, Berry hasn't been the same player as before. In the past 2 seasons, the 30-year-old safety has played in only 3 games. Eric Berry's tenure with the Chiefs, *88 games played, *445 tackles, *50 PBU, *14 and *5 TD score, *5x Pro Bowler, *3x first-team All-Pro. More importantly, a cancer survivor who returned to the field and inspired countless people along the way. Berry would be a nice fit for the Dallas Cowboys defense to pair with Xavier Woods. However, the front office has already passed on many available safeties. For Berry to come to Dallas, the price would have to be right. It's tough to imagine where Berry's value would land in such a busy safety market. Both Landon Collins and Earl Thomas have signed big-time contracts. Age and injury history could be factors that drop Berry's price to a number that the front office would be interested in. I honestly would be surprised if he got top money today. A contract with little guaranteed money could get the Cowboys involved. Chiefs cut as Eric Berry. I'm told. But recent serious health issues and inactivity, Berry's great story as a cancer survivor, mean lots of research is merited. Mike Fisher took to Twitter to say the Cowboys will investigate the newest safety in the market. The Cowboys have already seen Earl Thomas and others sign contracts elsewhere, and while their free agency philosophy is clear at the moment, I believe it'd be a mistake to leave the need for a safety unattended until late April. There are quite a few options out there the team should explore. Whether it's Eric Berry or another player such as Trey Boston, Andrew Sendejo or Clinton Dix, the Cowboys should sign a starting safety and leave the draft picks for other positions. Cowboys are holding on to an important depth option from last year's team. They have reportedly resigned offensive tackle Cameron Fleming, who served as their swing tackle in 2018. The Cowboys kept a valuable part of their offensive line in Cameron Fleming, according to a source. Fleming played well in 3 starts last year, filling in at left tackle for an injured Tyron Smith. Given Smith's recent injury history, the Cowboys, https://t.co/dob7sl9ypk Cowboys OT camp Fleming is staying in Dallas, as a Todd Archer said. Source adds it's a 2-year deal worth up to $8.5 million. Fleming was a free agent signing last year, brought in to be the swing tackle thanks to his experience with the New England Patriots. Started 20 games, not counting some in the playoffs, for the Pats during 4 seasons there. Cam had to start 3 games for Dallas in 2018 due to injury issues with Tyron Smith. Then language in Garofalo's tweet suggests that there are playing time incentives in the deal. Fleming got $2.5 million from the Cowboys last season, so it appears he's getting a potential raise in this new contract. Given Tyron Smith's recent string of health concerns, this is a smart signing. Fleming is still in his physical prime and had more experience than most guys who'd be willing to accept a backup role. The Dallas Cowboys have resigned fullback Jamize Olawale to a 3-year deal. He wasn't used much last season, but could the change in offensive coordinator lead to a bigger role this versatile player? The new contract is reportedly a 3-year deal for $5.4 million, with roughly half of that guaranteed. Olawale was acquired last year in a trade with the Raiders. After previous fullback Keith Smith left in free agency, Dallas sent a 5th-round pick to Oakland in exchange for Jamize and a 6th-round selection. Source: the Cowboys and fullback Jamize Olawale have agreed to a 3-year, $5.4 million deal with $2.8 million guaranteed. Despite the offensive ability that he flashed during his Oakland years, Olawale hardly ever saw the ball with the Cowboys. He was thrown at just 4 times during the regular season, resulting in 2 catches for 13 yards. As Raider, Olawale was used as a receiving option and even played running back at times. He averaged over 230 yards of offense from 2015-2016 and scored 4 touchdowns. With this new contract, averaging $1.8 million, making Jamize one of the higher-paid fullbacks in the NFL, one must wonder if Dallas plans to get more out of him in 2019. Perhaps Kellen Moore taking over the offense from Scott Linehan is behind this surprising move. It was hard to imagine the Cowboys keeping Olawale at this price based on last year, but the new offensive coordinator might have plans for utilizing his skills more than Linehan did.